On a calm night, the USS John McCain collided with an oil tanker 4 times its size. In the span of 190 seconds, cost-saving navigation system killed 10 men. The USS John S. McCain, a formidable Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, sliced through the inky blackness of the Singapore Strait. Commissioned in 1994 and homeported to Yokosuka, Japan, this 8,300-ton warship was a potent symbol of American naval might. Crafted from Bath Iron Works, the McCain was a technological marvel, equipped with the cutting-edge Aegis combat system and a formidable arsenal, including Tomahawk and Harpoon missiles. As the ship traversed the westbound lane of the Singapore Strait traffic separation scheme on the serene morning of August 21, 2017, no one knew that the fate of 10 sailors was about to be sealed. The destroyer was a world into itself, its crew a blend of seasoned veterans and eager young sailors, headed by the captain Alfredo Sanchez, worked in synchronized harmony, their efforts a testament to rigorous training and unwavering dedication. The bridge was a hub of activity where navigators plotted their course, radar operators scanned the horizon, and the officer of the deck maintained a vigilant watch. Unbeknownst to the McCain's crew, a looming threat was closing in. The Liberian-flagged oil tanker Arleigh MC, a colossal vessel dwarfing the destroyer, was also navigating the strait. As the two giants converged on their fateful encounter, the stage was set for a gruesome maritime tragedy. With approximately 300 sailors aboard, the USS John S. McCain was a hive of focused energy. Among them stood Dakota Bordeaux, a young Oklahoman thrust into the extraordinary role of commanding the formidable warship. Bordeaux, a virtual novice to the maritime world, had only 4 months of practical naval experience. Now, at the helm of the 8,300-ton destroyer, he navigated through the treacherous Singapore Strait as part of the renowned 7th Fleet. The gravity of his position was not lost on him. Not many people my age can say they've driven a giant-ass battleship, he'd remarked, faced with the awe and disbelief simultaneously. Yet beneath the thrill of the experience, an undercurrent of unease was growing. To navigate the McCain, Bordeaux relied on a state-of-the-art system, hailed as a technological marvel. Sleek black touchscreens integrating data from radar and digital maps promised streamlined operations and reduced crew requirements. While Bordeaux was confident in controlling the ship's speed and direction, the system's complexity proved daunting. "There were functions I didn't even know existed," Bordeaux confessed, highlighting the chasm between the system's potential and the sailors' understanding. The incident with the McCain later underscored the critical need for comprehensive training to harness the full capabilities of these advanced systems, ensuring operational readiness in the demanding maritime environment. Alfredo J. Sanchez, with 17 years of experience in naval service, and as the commanding officer of the USS John S. McCain, harbored a growing distrust for the navigation system, particularly in high-stakes situations. He frequently reverted to manual steering, trading automated convenience for a sense of control, but also created new risks. In August 2017, the McCain was bound for Singapore, where technicians awaited to address the system's persistent issues. Over the preceding month, the navigation system had logged more than 60 major steering faults. Despite this, Commander Sanchez, accustomed to the system's eccentricities, maintained a vigilant watch as the destroyer navigated the bustling Singapore Strait. The strait was a maelstrom of maritime traffic. In 2016 alone, over 83,000 vessels had traversed its waters. The McCain, a twin-propeller warship, was overtaking slower commercial vessels in the northbound lane, maintaining a speed of 18 knots. Bordeaux alone was at the helm, managing both steering and propulsion. Sensing potential hazard in the crowded strait, Sanchez assigned a second watchstander to control the propulsion. Dontrius Mitchell was assigned to take control of the speed of the McCain at a neighboring station known as the lee helm. This required a delicate transfer of control from the helm station, beginning with the port propeller. It will be the first out of the 4 fatal mistakes that night. As the transfer commenced, Bordeaux's sharp voice pierced the bridge. "I've lost steering." His panic was contagious, and it shook other crew members hard. The destroyer began to veer uncontrollably, its path intersecting with other vessels. Sanchez's command pierced through the chaos. "Emergency steering procedures, now." Meanwhile, Bordeaux was trying to regain control, but the vessel continued to veer to port. A minute later, control of the starboard propeller thrust was transferred to the lee helm station. That's when the second fatal mistake occurred. 2 propulsion shafts worked independently. Sanchez directed the watch team to slow the ship. The officer on the deck responded immediately, "Reduce speed to 10 knots." Moments later, he shouted fiercely, "Slow to 5 knots." They did not realize only the port side shaft began to slow. Meanwhile, the crew worked frantically, trying to stabilize the situation. The McCain's slow turn persisted, drawing ever closer to the nearby vessels, heightening the tension on the bridge as they raced against time to prevent a collision. Simultaneously, John S. McCain's crew members manned the aft steering compartment, located near the stern of the ship. After efforts to regain control of steering on the bridge failed, the aft steering watchstanders were ordered to take control. "Aft steering, take control," came the command over the comms. They took control, but moments later, confusion struck as control inexplicably shifted back to the bridge. "Bridge, we've lost the steering again. Re-engage aft steering. Re-engage aft steering," Sanchez ordered in a low voice. The aft steering watchstanders retook control for the second time in 16 seconds, their hands moving swiftly yet precisely as the tension on the ship mounted. Pressing big red buttons too many times was the 4th and final mistake that steered McCain toward certain catastrophe. With every second, the pressure intensified, their faces set with determination as they fought to regain command of the faltering vessel. As the John S. McCain's crew struggled to regain full steering capabilities, the destroyer's speed progressively decreased and its rate of turn to port increased. The vessel began crossing the TSS lane in an increasingly tighter turn, veering dangerously close to other ships. At this critical juncture, the crew realized they lost steering ability and a new threat emerged. The tanker Arleigh MC was transiting in the westbound lane of the TSS, about 3/10 of a mile off the destroyer's port side. The Arleigh MC, a robust vessel measuring approximately 600 feet in length and 105.5 feet in beam, was built in 2008 in South Korea, operated by Stealth Maritime Corporation SA and flagged in Liberia. It carried a partial load of cargo, ballast water, and fuel that night, manned with a crew of 24. Powered by a powerful MAN BMW 6550 MCC slow-speed diesel engine, generating 12,900 horsepower. The Arleigh MC featured a single fixed pitch propeller and rudder. On the bridge, its maneuverability could be managed manually through autopilot or in non-follow-up modes. The captain of the Arleigh MC calmly observed the John S. McCain beginning to turn to port and initially assumed the Navy ship would pass safely between his vessel and another one ahead. However, as the destroyer veered inexorably from its course, the risk of collision increased drastically. The helmsman struggled in vain to regain command as the warship entered a dangerous yaw. The bridge erupted in a cacophony of alarms and urgent commands as the crew grappled with the deteriorating situation. The once serene expanse of the sea transformed into a maelstrom of fear and uncertainty. The looming specter of the Arleigh MC cast a long shadow over the stricken destroyer. The tanker, a Leviathan of the seas, was an unwitting participant in the unfolding tragedy. As the two vessels converged, the captain of the Arleigh MC, a seasoned mariner, initiated evasive maneuvers. Despite the efforts of both captains, the proximity of the ships and the rapidity of the destroyer's deviation left little room for error. Even if they had succeeded in their endeavor, a collision was inevitable. A blow so powerful knocked everyone off their feet. The catastrophic collision gouged a 28-foot wide hole into two sleeping quarters, known as Berthing 3 and Berthing 5, allowing seawater to flood them in under a minute. The violent impact displaced sailors from their stations, trapping them in the moment, and the ship trembled under the tremendous force. A somber silence enveloped the bridge as the crew faced the dire reality of their predicament. The warship, once a formidable presence, now lays crippled, battling for survival against the sea. Meanwhile, Bordeaux, grappling with shock and disbelief, was consumed by a wave of conflicting emotions. Just hours earlier, he felt a sense of pride and responsibility at the helm of the ship. Now that pride was overshadowed by profound guilt and helplessness. He agonized over the events that led to the catastrophe, questioning whether any action could have altered the tragic course of events. The failure of the integrated bridge and navigation system, designed to enhance operational efficiency, now loomed large as a critical point of failure in a crucial moment of need. In the aftermath of the collision, investigators commenced to uncover the root causes of the disaster. Both the Navy and the National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, launched inquiries revealing critical insights. Despite the warship's integrated bridge and navigation system functioning correctly, its complex design posed significant challenges in operation. The system's array of controls, displays, and touchscreens overwhelmed the crew, increasing the risk of human error during critical maneuvers. Ultimately, 10 sailors paid with their lives. The NTSB concluded that the IBNS's design increased the likelihood of operator errors. Initially, the Navy attributed the incident to the bridge crew's inadequate training. The commanding officer and several other sailors faced disciplinary actions due to the collision. However, as the investigation progressed, it became evident that the IBNS itself was the underlying issue. Sailors had not been adequately trained on the system's intricacies and potential hazards. New Standard Operating Procedures, or SOPs, aimed to improve that. Butler, against risking trial without excuses, stated himself, "I should have paid more attention to the training. I could have told my junior sailors how to operate systems better." In response, the Navy introduced new directives for destroyer operations aimed at mitigating IBNS's related risks and enhancing fleet-wide training protocols. To everyone's surprise, the Navy decided not to abandon IBNS. They issued a set of clear instruction to every destroyer featuring systems and demanded every captain to do exactly what Sanchez did: split the helm whenever using the IBNS, directing one sailor to steer, and for that. Leading up to Sanchez's court-martial, the Navy dropped the homicide charge, and he pleaded guilty to dereliction of duty. The chief petty officer, Butler, also pleaded guilty, lost his ranking, and subsequently left the Navy. Moving forward, the Navy committed to retrofitting existing destroyers with enhanced navigation systems featuring physical throttles and simplified touchscreens. Moreover, Northrop Grumman, the defense contractor responsible for the IBNS, remains actively engaged with the Navy in ongoing efforts to enhance navigation capabilities for future deployments. This collaboration reflects a concerted effort to address the system's shortcomings revealed by the McCain incident. The magnitude of the collision, emphasized by the substantial size difference between the USS John S. McCain and the oil tanker Arleigh MC, which was 4 times larger, served as a stark reminder of the incident's profound impact and the critical need for improved maritime safety measures. After the McCain collision, ongoing efforts in historical context illuminate the evolution and challenges of the Integrated Bridge and Navigation System, or IBNS. These insights are vital for understanding the system's development and its impact on naval operations. In the early 2000s, amid efforts to modernize its fleet, the U.S. Navy embarked on a significant technological overhaul for its destroyers. The Integrated Bridge and Navigation System emerged as a pivotal component of this modernization effort, promising to revolutionize navigation capabilities while reducing manpower requirements and watch workloads. The initial deployment of the IBNS was met with cautious optimism. By 2008, Northrop Grumman secured the first contract to integrate the system into Navy destroyers, marking a critical milestone in development of naval vessels. 3 years later, the USS John Paul Jones became the first destroyer to sail with the IBNS fully operational, heralding it as a technological advancement that would redefine naval navigation practices. However, each installation required extensive retrofitting, involving complex cable and fiber optic installations throughout the ships. This process, alongside the Navy's rigorous maintenance schedules, slowed the IBNS's fleet-wide implementation. Despite ongoing improvements by Northrop Grumman, including software updates and interference enhancements, the system's complexity remained a significant challenge for sailors tasked with its functioning. By 2014, critical flaws in the integrated bridge and navigation system began to surface. The system struggled to manage large volumes of automatic identification system data, leading to frequent malfunctions and operational disruptions. Navy technicians often resorted to manual interventions, such as AIS targets purging to prevent system overloads, patches on the top of patches that left the destroyer without a full picture of the sea around it. Then in 2016, the USS John S. McCain, stationed with the 7th Fleet in Yokosuka, Japan, underwent a pivotal upgrade to the IBNS. As part of the largest forward deployed naval fleet in the world, the McCain's role in testing and implementing the new system was crucial. However, the IBNS proved once again as unreliable. Almost immediately, the McCain experienced technical issues with the IBNS's integration of radar sweeps and navigational data. These problems manifested in frequent system crashes and alarms, necessitating ongoing troubleshooting and corrective maintenance efforts by onboard information system technicians. Despite these challenges, the Navy pressed forward with the IBNS's deployment across its destroyer fleet. The system's promises aligned with broader Navy objectives of modernizing its capabilities in an increasingly complex maritime environment. However, onboard realities often diverge from strategic visions, as demonstrated by McCain's persistent struggles with the IBNS's operational reliability and high maintenance demands. Commander Sanchez, the McCain's executive officer, voiced concerns over the system's technical complexities. Staff shortages compounded these challenges, limiting the availability of specialized electronics technicians capable of addressing the IBNS's intricate operational issues effectively. The reliance on temporary fixes, such as system reboots to resolve recurring faults, underscored the systemic deficiencies in managing a critical shipboard technology. The persistent issues with the IBNS were not just technical headaches. They were becoming a source of frustration and anxiety among the McCain's crew. Sailors, including Dakota Bordeaux, found themselves grappling with a system that seemed more prone to errors than enhancements. Bordeaux, now more experienced but still haunted by the events of the collision, often questioned the wisdom of relying on automated systems in such critical moments at sea. Meanwhile, discussions among Navy leadership intensified regarding the future of IBNS across its destroyer fleet. Admiral Frank Caldwell, tasked with investigating the McCain incident, advocated for comprehensive reviews and overhauls of the Navy's navigation systems. His recommendations included stricter training guidelines, enhanced system redundancies, and clearer operational protocols to prevent similar incidents. By late 2017, the Navy began implementing Caldwell's recommendations, focusing on immediate operational improvements and long-term strategic chances. Training programs were revamped, offering sailors rigorous instruction on IBNS capabilities and limitations. Simultaneously, technical teams diligently enhanced the system's software and hardware, addressing vulnerabilities and integrating fail-safe measures to prevent unauthorized control transfers. The fate of Dakota Bordeaux and his comrades stirred a complex blend of emotions. They welcomed the intensified safety measures, yet remained wary after the haunting memory of the collision in the Straits of Malacca. Initially diagnosed with insomnia, his battle extended beyond sleep, clouding his days with persistent anxiety. "I'm reliving everything from that night. I can hear the screams from the sailors who died during the collision," he confessed. Post-traumatic stress made his struggles even worse. On the top of frequent personal losses, a series of family deaths and a broken relationship, dismissal from service, following a lapse during a challenging period, marked a sudden change in Bordeaux's life. Stripped of rank and purpose, he sought solace in a routine alongside his father at an Oklahoma City factory. Reflecting on his time commanding the McCain, Bordeaux's memories were steeped in responsibility. "My duty was to keep the ship on course," he recalled. As echoes of what might have been lingered, Bordeaux wrestled with profound loss, not only of his career, but of dreams deferred. "I always aimed to make my grandfather proud," he admitted. To Bordeaux, the Navy represented far more than a career. It embodied a deep familial legacy and personal honor that endured even through adversity. As he transitioned to civilian life, Bordeaux carried with him profound lessons learned from the wreckage of the McCain. The camaraderie forged, the sacrifices made, and the resilience discovered in the darkest hours remained indelibly etched in his memory. Despite the abrupt end of his naval career, in moments of quiet reflection, Bordeaux found solace in the knowledge that his actions had upheld the valor and integrity of those who had served alongside him. For him, the legacy of the McCain transcended mere naval history. It stood as a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who faced adversity head-on and emerged stronger. Meanwhile, the sea, indifferent to human sorrow, had long since returned to its tranquil state. Yet, beneath its placid surface, the echoes of that fateful dawn persisted. 10 lives, each vibrant and full of promise, had been extinguished in a catastrophic collision of fate and steel. 48 sailors, battered and bruised, fought through pain and shock, their resilience a testament to the chaos that engulfed them. The names of the petty officers: Kevin Sayer Bushnell, Dustin Lewis Doyon, Jacob Daniel Drake, Timothy Thomas Eccles Jr., Charles Nathan Findley, John Henry Hoagland III, Corey George Ingram, Abraham Lopez, Logan Stephen Palmer, Kenneth Aaron Smith will be remembered forever. Each of these individuals had been more than just sailors. They were sons, brothers, friends, and guardians of the nation's maritime frontier. Witnessing the ultimate cost of leadership, Bordeaux felt the weight of their loss acutely, a constant reminder of life's fragility. The USS John S. McCain, though scarred, remains a symbol of resilience. The collision, a stark chapter in its history, underscores the enduring challenges faced by those who defend our nation. As we remember the fallen, let us honor the survivors and the unwavering spirit of the Navy. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching and for your valuable suggestions. Many incredible stories have been shared, some of which have become videos on the channel. If you have any story suggestions, feel free to submit them in the comment section below. Thanks once again.